Welcome back to the Power Half Hour. It's just been an amazing segment with Alex and Bob. We've been discussing accepting 100% responsibility for your life and how that can quickly change everything in your life. And we still got Bob in the studio with us. And Bob, this is the segment where we actually look at some practical ideas, because as much as we like people to get the ideas and the concepts into their mind, it's really the practical stuff that people remember. Mm-hmm. Can you give us some practical ideas, something where you've accepted 100% responsibility for something in your life that's just transformed everything and made things better in your life?
Well, it's easy to take responsibility when good things happen. When you win. You've got to take responsibility when you lose. And until you take responsibility when you lose, you're not going to grow. And it's not the wins that cause us to move ahead in life, it's the mistakes we make, it's the failures. And we've got to understand that it's okay to fail. Do you know a rocket fails its way to the moon? It's off course 90% of the time. It happens, I think, when we're little kids. The parents said, be careful, you might fall, when the child's starting to walk. I don't know where they get the might from. The kid's going to fall. They're going to whack their head, they're going to cry, they may even bleed. But they're going to fall.
That's all part of the learning process.
And they get up and they start walking again. Well, we've got to understand it's okay to fall. Take responsibility for the falls. Not just for the wins, for the falls. And I think what we want to do is sit down and write out a description of the kind of person I want to be. And then be that person in your mind.
Right.
Act like you're already there. And you can do that, I don't care what you're doing. When I was cleaning floors, and that's what I started off doing. I was cleaning floors. I was building castles in my mind. In the middle of the night, I'd be working really hard. Cleaning floors, scrubbing floors. Everybody else was sleeping. I'd be tired. But I was building a picture of a world-class organization. And that's what I ended up with.
Right. So it's about the pictures that you create in your mind.
Oh, yeah.
I love reading biographies. And I must say, one of the people I've really enjoyed reading is Winston Churchill. And I don't think many people know all the struggles and the strife that he went through. And in fact, it was that very strife and struggle that turned him into the magnificent, amazing leader that he was just when Britain actually needed at the time.
If Churchill had died when he was 63, no one would have even known his name. It was very late in life that he came through. He didn't just start out late in life. He started out very early with a picture of a big life. And he had a lot of opposition. Almost everybody was against him. Even after the war was over, they wanted to kick him out. He never seemed to let that kind of stuff bother him. He had the idea, never give up.
And I think that's the secret that we want to share with our viewers is have that attitude. Just adapt that adage of I will until. If you just keep trying and exploring and doing, and I will until, anything's possible. Am I right?
But you see, you're not going to do that unless you're working towards something you really want.
So you've got to have a vision.
You've got to have a vision. You've got to have a reason for doing it. And the problem that most people have, they have no reason for doing it. Like, if I ask them, what do you really want? They'd say, well, I don't know. And they really don't know.
Well, they get that, don't they? Isn't it amazing?
That's what they get.
That's what you get, exactly.
You can sit down and build an image of anything in your mind. Study the life of anyone that's accomplished anything. And that's how they all started. They started by building a vision in their mind.
Everything. I mean, the room that we're sitting in right now was just a vision in somebody's mind at some point. And somebody
right.
drew a blueprint, and then somebody took action and made it happen.
And then somebody designed it. There's no design without a designer.
Correct. So that's how you literally create your future. Is that what you're saying? Is you get that vision, you get that picture, you focus on that. And I think it was Henry Ford that said, you only see obstacles if you take your mind off your goal.
That's right.
That's it. And so as long as you're focused on that goal and you're moving in that direction inexorably towards that vision, towards that goal, there are no obstacles. Obstacles are just opportunities to learn.
I carry a card in my pocket. That's not it. I have a card in my pocket. I've got my goal written on it. Now it's personal, so I'm not going to read it to everyone.
Right.
But I carry that in my pocket. You sit down, you build a picture of what you want, you write it on a card, carry the card loose in your pocket. Now what happens, when you write the picture, writing causes thinking. You think in pictures, so that picture's then impregnated into cells in my brain. I have a sensory factor touch. When I put my hand in my pocket, or if you do put it in your purse, when you touch it, it sends a light message through your electrical system, activates those cells in your brain, and the picture of what you want comes on the screen of the mind. You cannot keep thinking of what you want and not get it.
How many of those cards have you gone through in your life?
Not that many. Not that many. I get everything I want, everything I write on the card. Listen, I'm here because Shan, a young lady here that has a company, Makes You Think. And if you want to learn how to win, go to the website, makesyouthink.co.za, or ZA, depending on where you're living.
We say Zeta, yeah.
Yeah, well, and they do in Canada too. I've been in the States so much. But she got off the plane here. She had come to America and sat in a seminar that I did, and she made up her mind in the seminar, I'm going to get Bob Proctor in South Africa. That's why I'm here. She had no idea how she was going to do it, but she was going to do it. I'm here. That's how things happen. You write it on the card. You carry the card in your pocket. You take responsibility for your results. But you've got to know what you want. Sit and dream. It's okay to dream. I don't care if you're broke. I don't care if things are really tough. That doesn't make any difference. You can dream. You can take yourself wherever you want to go. Say the imagination is the greatest nation in the world. And we've all got an imagination.
It's true. You know what astounds me is everybody looks at their lives and they see everything as being in their way. But if you get that vision, if you've got that thing you're focusing on in the future, everything's on your way, isn't it? It's developing. It may be challenges. It may be something that comes your way and delays you, or it's an obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
But it's ultimately on your way to the success
But
that
you see,
you
we're
want.
programmed to do this as little kids. We're taught what we did wrong. You go to school, you get a great big red X on the things you do wrong. How about eliminating the red and put a green stripe beside the ones you did right?
What did you learn from that
Let's
mistake?
praise them for what they do right. And then we're going to grow up seeing all the opportunities. We've got to do that. We've got to see the opportunities. Sit down and think of all the reasons why you can have what you want. There are a million of them there. Most of us are programmed to think of why we can't. So a good practical exercise is sit down, take your pen, I left my pen upstairs, and write down exactly what you want, and then carry it with you. And I guarantee you do that, things are going to start to happen.
It just astounds me that you say that just the writing it on that card is actually like an energy that goes into your body.
The writing makes an indelible impression upon your mind. I have people write the same thing over and over and over and over again. There's a beautiful little book, As a Man Thinketh, by James Allen. It was written way back around 1903. The last chapter is on serenity. There's only 4 small pages, a little book. He starts out by saying, calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It's the result of long and patient effort in self-control. I have people write out the 4 pages every day for 60 or 90 days. It changes their whole personality. They go through life very calm. They see the opportunities. They don't see the obstacles. They don't let things bother them. They take charge of their life. They're responsible for it. Take control of it.
It's amazing. Bob, how many times a day do you read that card in your pocket?
Well, I don't know how many times, but I know I touch it hundreds of times. And so it's, I don't wonder if I'm going to get it. I wonder when it's going to happen.
So it's not if, it's when.
Oh, there's no such thing as if. No, it's when it's going to happen. See, we become what we think about. But not just what you think on a conscious level, what you think in your heart. Your heart is the subconscious mind. That's what the early Greeks referred to as the heart, the subconscious mind. So you've got to get emotionally involved with what you want. And stay that way, and all kinds of magic will start to happen.
Alex had an amazing, I think in the last episode, he said to you, when you think it, you need to ink it. And I think that's a really
Good
powerful,
point.
that it's so powerful to actually know that when you can think about something and you believe it, you can achieve it. And I think that's the secret, eh?
We have a great program, 6 Minutes to Success. And I send a video to the person every morning. You can go to makesyouthink.com, makesyouthink.co.za, and find out about 6 Minutes to Success. It's a very inexpensive program. It goes on ad infinitum. We just keep every day. And I'm sending you positive images on what you can do to really take control of your life.
That's absolutely amazing. I must say, I've sat here and I've just become energized. I've become empowered just listening to this incredible stuff. But I think the secret that we need to take away with us today is we need to start saying, when I start to believe it, I will start to see it, and I can achieve anything that I set my mind to.